Most men think that making her orgasm will make them a better lover. But they are wrong. In fact, the more obsessed you are with getting her off, the more pressure you create. And pressure is the enemy of arousal. Here is something that most men don't expect. Professional gigolos and erotic massage therapists don't make orgasm the priority. They sometimes even deliberately avoid it. These men focus on something entirely different. And once you understand why that is, your entire approach to sex changes. You'll stop worrying about your performance and start becoming the kind of lover she actually craves. Hi, I am Sanne. I work as an erotic massage therapist for women, and what I learn in the massage room, I teach men as an intimacy coach. Today, I'll show you why goal-driven sex creates anxiety, why it secretly kills desire, and what professionals actually focus on instead. If this excites you, smash the like button. Now, the problem immediately starts when you treat sex like something with a clear objective. And I get it, like orgasms are sweet. And since they are clear proofs you did something right and that she enjoyed herself, they make you believe that you're good in bed. And it makes sense that men focus on it. But once orgasm becomes the goal, you create only two outcomes. You either succeed or you fail. And that creates this background radiation of pressure. And pressure is the ultimate enemy of arousal. It is why so many of us, me included in the past, start getting in our heads. You start doubting your stamina. You worry she'll judge you if you can't get her there. You get frustrated or anxious when she's taking her sweet damn time. And all the while, you're getting more and more tense, which actually makes you come faster or prevents you from getting hard in the first place. All of this destroys men's confidence, sometimes, unfortunately, for years. Now, women feel this pressure as well. If you are hyper-focused on her orgasm, she now feels responsible for delivering it. She's there, lying on her bed, thinking, am I taking too long? What if I can't get there? Is he going to get frustrated? Should I just fake it? The moment she's in her head, disconnected from her feelings, that is the moment you destroy her ability to orgasm. And now, instead of two people enjoying themselves, you have two people who are anxious and tense, and that is the opposite of passion. That is definitely not surrendering into pleasure. That is performance culture in the bedroom. Now, aside from the mess that this already creates, there's another hidden effect most people don't talk about. Orgasms create a clear endpoint. Usually, when the man finishes, sex ends. And you might think that that's just the natural way of how it goes, but let's think about it in this way. Over time, you are conditioning her to associate your climax, your pleasure, with the end of her pleasure. Now, even if she also came, you're reinforcing a terrible association. And even worse, if she didn't come, well then, is it that surprising that she stops wanting to have sex with you? She's left with barely anything. Focusing on orgasm also creates a predictable script. One that, for whatever reason, gets thrown around everywhere as like the script to follow. First, you do some foreplay, preferably a little bit longer than most men tend to want to do it. Then you go into penetration, you have an orgasm, hopefully she had one as well, and then you're done. Now, even if you do know all the best buttons you need to press for her, this still creates a predictable script, and predictability quickly becomes boring. It is why eventually she ends up preferring to watch another romance show on Netflix over fucking you. When orgasm is the main goal, creativity tends to die, and creativity, friction, and mystery are the lifeblood of desire. I hope you're starting to understand why professionals think differently. We don't focus on orgasms. For us, orgasms are just another tool in the toolkit instead of an outcome. Sometimes we might move towards it, sometimes we delay it, and sometimes we purposefully withhold it to build a level of tension most men are too afraid to work towards. Now, before you even try to do any of that, you need to be able to do two things reliably. First, you must be able to provide her the space to get herself off. Second, you must be able to control yourself. If you can't stop before you reach the point of no return, you'll never become an unforgettable lover. And by the way, notice I didn't say you get her off. This is another myth that we need to dispel here. You cannot make a woman orgasm. I cannot make a woman orgasm. Nobody besides herself can make her come. You can only create the environment where she feels comfortable and aroused enough to get herself off. An orgasm is by definition a solitary experience, an immersion into your own sensations. So claiming ownership over it, it makes no sense. And the more you try to do it, the more you disrupt the process, since you are actually making it about your ego instead of her pleasure. Honestly, I don't care if a woman comes or not. And I know that sounds crazy, but neither should you. Granted, you already have the ability to reliably co-create the environment where she can fully surrender into her pleasure. Once you can regulate yourself and remove orgasm as the primary objective, sex becomes an entirely different event. Think about it this way. Instead of creating a one-off short film that follows a familiar structure, you can start creating multi-episodic arcs with emotional build-ups, tension arcs, small payoffs, and big season finales. This is how the best lovers think about sex and intimacy. They are not worried about the moment-to-moment experience because they are creating something grander, something part of a bigger whole. Now, this doesn't mean he's not present or that he's getting lazy. It's just that great lovers are not worried about her coming every single time because they know that added desire for it will make her explode even harder when it eventually does happen. This also means that orgasms are never an endpoint because each session is just a lead up to the next one later that day or later that week. The amount of freedom and playfulness this creates is immense. If you can't jackhammer for an hour, who cares? You arouse her the best you can for 10 minutes, you go on with the rest of your day, and then you create another 10 minutes, and it becomes this continuous thing. If you usually come too fast, whatever, have mini encounters sprinkled throughout the day that build up into a long, intimate moment of massaging and caressing and lovemaking. This is actually how women want to be intimate and sexual. These smaller and bigger moments that slowly lead up to a big event. She'll start craving the tension and the buildup itself, making her want to come back for more and more and more and more. Once you start doing this, it blows women's minds. Simply because almost no man does it, even though it's not even that complex of an idea. And if you still have orgasms along the way, great, enjoy them, because they will be deeper, more explosive, more pleasurable, and they will actually feel earned. Now, if you do want to have a goal in mind, instead of did she come, make it did we fully express ourselves? Did we maintain the charge between us? Did we create a moment that makes us feel alive? This makes all the difference. There's less pressure, there's more playfulness, there's more polarity, and ironically, there will be more sex. Now, if you're in a place where your intimate life is not exactly where you want it to be, I created a diagnostic tool that you can go through that will reveal what the next steps you should be taking. It's in the description. Just take it, answer honestly. It will show you where you should focus first. If this challenged your thinking in any way, like and subscribe for more conversations like this. Engage in the comments. My name is Sanne. I appreciate you being here. I'll see you in the next one.